19 to hit. Gorgon's, we'll say, ribcage, right side.
It will hit the Gorgon's ribcage on his right side.
Excellent.
Were you describing? I was zoned out trying to think of what's going to happen next. What's your hammer? Is the hammer?
Oh yeah. The hammer from the one I found.
Yes. Kung.
Yeah. So
it makes quite a like the most solid thud noise in the side of this Gorgon.
It's like hitting a leather briefcase
full of bricks.
10 damage.
Okay. He lets out another snort of his breath, and it like gets sucked into the wind, and it swirls up, and it dissipates or whatever. But it hurt. It was him exhaling in pain. What else you got, Grim? Is that it?
That's it, man. That's all.
Okay. It is Misiko's turn. He is going to dash again as well. Actually, what Misiko is going to do instead, he's going to just use his regular movement speed. He's going to pick that trident up in his hand, and he's going to throw the trident.
Which gets caught in the wind, starts sailing around.
It definitely doesn't hit because it definitely flies into the wind, which now we have to deal with his trident going into the wind. So the trident goes into the wind and it gets picked up by the wind. I think it doesn't. The spell doesn't say projectiles thrown into it must be dealt with. But I think for the sake of entertainment,
ranged attacks.
For the sake of entertainment, I feel like we can agree an entertaining thing would be for us to deal with this flying trident. So I'm gonna get the Gorgon. So this will give Misiko a second chance for a hit. But Josh, I'm also going to give you a chance to be hit because you are in the wind, and we'll see what happens with this trident.
The spell actually
he
says
shouldn't be hit.
Well, I guess it's coming off of him.
Yeah, because it's deflecting it away from.
Yeah, you would be completely negating the spell.
But just reading the thing, it says
true.
Attack rolls of a ranged weapon have disadvantage.
Yeah, we'll give the Gorgon another chance to get hit then because we've got a flying trident. No one else is currently in the wind, so no one else is in danger. Let's see. I'm gonna roll a dex save for this Gorgon. Good job, Gorgon. Appreciate those good rolls. So he is able to the trident is flying around. It goes into the wind and it gets picked up and off to the right and it comes around and he actually does see it coming, so he's able to duck his head and bring it back up and knock the trident away from him, and the trident goes off to the right, carried by the wind, and sticks into the wall of the cargo ship, off towards the bear's left, the Gorgon's right.
I've just been imagining all the different places Misiko would throw it into Grim's back. I feel like for Grim to be able to continue fighting, if it sticks in there, he'd have to go right calf.
Yeah.
Just
I'm still good.
I mean, part of me definitely was thinking I would like to deal with accidentally jamming a trident into one of the characters' backs.
I was thinking you were going to go for the slingshot thing. It was going to get sucked into,
and then come back?
Sucked into the wind and
No, that would have been cool.
That would be cool.
Grim would have backslapped Misiko with the trident.
Yeah. Okay. So
days later,
Misiko says, "I'm sorry, everyone." And now it's Jack's turn.
I'm gonna. Can I regular dash and then use my bonus action to hide?
Sure.
Or will that be too close and hiding will be...
It's windy.
Okay, so 28 to hide.
28. Yeah, you're hidden. You find a good box to hide behind, and
very sneaky.
You're able. Right at this point, I picture the debris blowing boxes, and you jump onto a box and hide behind.
From Grim's point of view, you see a box go by, in between him and Jack's not there after it faces.
That's almost exactly it. Also, I remember whenever you turned on the wind, I was really pleased with that. Right, I remember being very pleased with the use of that spell. Still am very.
I'm very pleased with it.
It is quite a buff.
So at this point, I've run 150 feet from the other end.
Yes. So you're which means you're right up on this thing if you're hidden. You're right. You could be within range, but you're now hidden. So if you come out of hiding, you could stab it.
Okay. So do I have enough room? Can I get behind him so that I can stealth attack?
All right. So
I don't need to. Because he doesn't have any allies with him, so I still get my sneak attack bonus.
You're coming from behind him already.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
He's facing away from you this whole time.
Jack steps out from behind the 1 foot square box.
So you're now hidden. You're hidden
I'm gonna wait.
behind the goal.
I'm just gonna wait.
You'd have to. You dashed in, used your bonus action to hide.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But yeah, you're behind him and you're hidden. You're using the wind, using the boxes. You are a vapor, hidden. Okay, so it is now Arlo's turn.
Arlo.
They ought to call him Arlo.
If I'm
Arlo.
actually attached to the box, then I just pass over him and just and keep going. Wait till I get back around.
No, you're not attached to the box.
Right. I'm a bear. I have limited things, so I'm gonna press the attack. I'm staying right on top of
Honeybees.
it. So it's a 10 to bite.
That is
Mouth
enough to hit.
cracks open like
And
3 feet and just bees
I'm
fly.
angry about that, and it's
1 3-foot bee.
16 to claw.
Very
Oh
slow.
gosh, you're getting weary.
I am getting weary.
You're getting weary of this battle, this melee with the Gorgon, and your bite. He's gained a little bit of confidence with the trident swipe, and so he's able to stop your bite and stop your claws from getting into any more of his wounds. So you do miss those. I saw you did go for the dice instead of the computer or the iPad program there. I don't know if
I like to switch it up every
Okay,
now and
I
then. Well,
gotcha.
let's see what it would have been if I.
The iPad
yeah,
program.
it's.
But then it rolled a 9. So
I did think I did find it interesting
18,
that
11.
Josh breaks out the real dice and then it's not over 20 every time. but I just saw him roll again and
That would have been 20.
yep. I didn't bother me. Y'all kill this thing.
All right, so I'm face to face with this thing. I just want to stay all up in his
Okay,
grill.
stay in his grill. It is now the Gorgon's turn. And he is going to, again, he's all about this bear. But he also is a little concerned at why there is a trident flying around in there. He's confused. But the first thing he's going to do is, again, he's going to go for another gore on you, Mr. Arlo. And he doesn't do that because he fails.
We're both
So
weary.
what he's going to do now is he's going to turn around after failing that attack, and he is going to sprint to the other end of the ship. He's not pleased with what's going on there. He doesn't want to die fighting against you, so he's going to turn and he's going to try to dash 80 feet. What's the radius of your...
10 feet.
Okay, so there's 10 feet. He's 5 feet away from you, so we'll say he only makes 70 feet with his dash. Or he can't dash. He's just going to run 35 feet the opposite way, which means he's going to be bumping into some fellas.
I'm going to punch him in his left rib.
Okay, so yeah, he turns and runs, which means he's going to come right into contact with Grim.
He runs from me, attack
Yes.
of opportunity.
Yeah, you can attack of opportunity as well.
All right, polling the group. Should I do dice or app?
Dice.
Dice? No. All right, so that's a 20. 20 for the claw, but he completely whiffed from the
what?
bite.
But you can only do
Yeah,
one. So that's a one.
Okay,
whiff.
so yeah, that didn't
So
do
you
it.
try to bite him on the way by, and his hoof passes through your mouth, but you can't get it closed in time, and you bite down on your own teeth.
That's a good video.
Would you want to though? You know it's metal. It's gonna hurt if your teeth touch it. You just that's a chosen fail on your part, isn't it?
So he runs past.
Like that split second, no.
Grim, how close are you? And
I'm 20 feet away.
you were 20 feet away, so he's gonna run past you and Misiko.
Misiko's gonna slap at him.
Misiko is definitely not using his reaction on this to try to punch this thing. He's like
not a man.
Misiko lets it pass. Grim, you're gonna punch him on the way by.
I'm gonna try. That's a 16.
That's not gonna hit. You punch at his side and tunk, it hurts your hand a little bit.
No, we got to completely miss.
Okay, because it doesn't hurt your hand.
Because it doesn't. Because I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess you have there may be an issue with armor. Well, armor class,
Well, no, we've done that before. So
yeah,
it
if
can
armor class is only about whether you hit or miss, actually make contact, then it should be called it should be just dexterity, I guess. But I picture armor class is, if you roll higher than armor class, it's actually causing pain. It's
this. Well, actually, yeah. This episode is debating the rules, the inconsistencies we face in D&D.
yeah. Sometimes you got.
But we are getting up in there.
I think it's important sometimes to just to think about how the rules help us understand, combat and turns and stuff.
Because that is very accurate for the armor class. Like it'll hit you, and then actually that's for the damage. You don't technically start bleeding until you're after half your hit point maximum. That's
Gotcha.
what it is. Because it's just like before that, it's just like, oh, I'm getting tired.
Yeah. So I really, the words I think help it. Like, so unless you beat armor class, there is no damage.
Yeah.
Right. So my armor works up until it doesn't, and then it starts to damage me. I guess it's up to my discretion how that damage looks and stuff. So I do like the idea of like you punching it, and like you don't make quite enough contact to really knock this thing off his balance or whatever. He's focused. He's coming through, and he gets past you, and he like turns around again as he's 10 feet away from you guys to look at you like, oh, I got more people to hurt.
You just ran away from a bear.
So now I guess Grim, it would still be your turn.
Hey.
Because that was not attack
I'm gonna
opportunity.
do cool guy mode.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk
Glasses
up to
come
him.
out.
Okay.
Walk up to him, and as I'm walking, I'm gonna like activate the necrotic on my hands, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna. How tall is this thing?
He be tall. He is a large monstrosity.
Okay,
So
he's upwards of 16 feet.
He's a big boy.
I'm gonna.
Okay. This is a small Gorgon. He's not 20 feet tall. He's not 17 feet tall. I didn't realize that's exactly what that meant.
None of those numbers.
What did I say?
You said 17 and 20.
You said over 16.
No, he's upwards of 16. It's large is 12 to 16 feet.
Right, yeah.
Well,
I think
no,
my
large
brain
is
just...
8 to anything above 8.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
What I'm
12 to
saying is
16.
he ain't that tall.
Yeah.
I'm picturing this as maybe like twice the size of a regular bull.
Okay.
So maybe like an 8-footer. He's a small Gorgon.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna punch him in his nose.
Okay, you necrotic shrouded though?
No.
I thought you did for some reason.
No, I'm just
Okay.
like walking up. You see the necrotic. thing in
Yeah,
my
that's
hands.
what Okay.
All right, 18. That doesn't hit. I know
It
it.
will not hit. No. So he is I don't know what's got him good this time, but he's able to get out of the way of that punch as he's turning around and getting ready to trample or whatever he's about to do.
I'm just gonna move the hammer up 20 feet.
Okay, but towards you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So about halfway to him.
Mm-hmm.
So Mystico is going to finish his dash. He probably will be able to get to his trident where it landed and decides that he's going to run to his trident, use his action to yank it out of the wall, and get his trident back. Pokesy was the trident's name. And you hear him say, "Yes, Pokesy." And he pulls Pokesy out of the wall. And that's all he's going to do for his turn. Jack, it is your turn. You're still hidden. So you are 40 feet from the creature.
Yeah, the Gorgon is run away.
I guess you should have had an attack of opportunity on the way by if you wanted it.
I didn't realize he was that close. I guess I'll just start moving back the other way.
Okay, you can remain stealthy.
Yeah.
Okay. I think
Alright.
you're still hidden unless you do something to come out of it. So
Okay. Then I'm gonna sneak up behind him. You said 40 feet away?
Yeah, he's 40 feet away.
So I'm gonna stay hidden behind the box, and I'm going to. I guess I'm going to throw one of my daggers.
Okay. So he is turned around, so he's now facing back your way, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, would you have enough to get behind him if he's 40 feet away?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So you abandon going behind him.
Okay. I didn't realize he turned around.
Yeah. Sorry, he turned around to get prepared for what he's going to do next.
Okay.
And so that's when Grim tried to punch him in his snoot.
Gotcha.
Boop his snoot.
Then I'm just gonna throw a dagger,
Okay.
and that is
Swish.
it's enough. 25.
That'll hit. That will hit.
And I'm gonna use my bonus action to throw another one. Can
Sure.
I just go ahead and roll that?
Yeah.
All right. That's a 19.
That will hit.
Okay.
So 2 daggers come out of the darkness.
Yeah. One of them gets the sneak attack bonus because I was stealthed,
Okay.
and then the other one's just a regular dagger because I can only activate sneak attack once per turn.
Okay. Cool.
So they're D4 each, right?
Mm-hmm. Daggers are D4.
So we got 4 so far.
Do it.
18 damage.
Okay. Man, good job.
That's a good little pokey stab.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you two daggers fly out of the darkness or out of the hiddenness, and they fly, and one of them gets like right underneath a set of scales and goes down all the way to the hilt into this Gorgon. The other one actually just kind of goes through a scale and doesn't go quite as far, but blood begins to leak out of this Gorgon underneath, like on his. I'm picturing you on the. If you're looking at the Gorgon, like he's. Down,
I'm no longer hidden.
Right, he's down here. Grim is like here. Mitsuko's up here. I picture you on the right side of the boat, looking back towards the Gorgon.
I'm going to use the rest of my movement to move kind of back behind the boxes, and I can't use
get behind some cover.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. Okay, so the Gorgon is not looking good. He don't feel good. And Arlo, it is your turn, sir. The Gorgon is 40 feet from you.
40 feet. Dang. Okay. I am going to use my movement to close that distance. I just want to stay right up on top of it.
Okay. As Arlo comes towards you, just the wind begins to envelop all of you.
Whoa. Grim actually makes that noise as he is enveloped.
So I'm just charging in. It's at the very edge of my movement. I'm just charging immediately with a bite.
Okay.
16 probably ain't gonna do
it.
It
will not do it.
Okay, and the claw is 17 plus 7, so
that will do it.
Yeah. So that's I missed with the bite, but I got 17 damage on the claw.
All right, with 17 damage on the claw, the Gorgon is not feeling good at this point. You try to get the bite. He's able to move his head out of the way.
Did the Gorgon ever stop to think how I feel?
Didn't.
Okay.
The Gorgon has one-track mind, but the claw, your big hairy berry arms, are able to just scoop some scales off of the front of this Gorgon and just rip into its flesh underneath. Like you can see some bone. There's just blood leaking out, and the Gorgon, drops down like to its little cow knees, and it is very, very sad. I need Grim. I was going to ask you before Arlo came, but I didn't. So before Arlo runs up, I would like for you to roll a perception check, please.
Ooh. Oh, there he is. Come on, man. Give me something good. Oh, I don't see anything.
Okay, what was it?
1.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, sometimes whenever we roll like a 4, we say we don't see anything. So just you don't. There's nothing special that you're focused on the Gorgon at this point. Nothing kind of enters your perception. But the Gorgon's upset. He's very sad. A lot of blood. Sorry, I was trying to figure out where I was before I asked Grim for that. And so it's the Gorgon's turn. The Gorgon slumps down, and it kind of. There's a car cranking up outside.
It's like this place has become a parking lot or something.
It really is. A lot of people park here for no reason. It makes me mad. But the Gorgon kind of lays down for a second, and whenever it does, again, I would like everyone who can see the Gorgon to roll a perception check.
Hey. 19 plus tree.
25.
16.
Okay, you all see this, but Grim especially. You see all the details. Grim, you're the first person to notice that the DM has been referring to the Gorgon as a he, but in actuality, this Gorgon is without a male reproductive organ, but it does have little lady metal udders, and they seem to be. I don't know a lot about cows, but they seem to be full.
There you go.
This just got awkward.
Immediately, Arlo's thinking, I didn't hit it that hard.
What I'm saying is that
we got you.
It looks to be a lady.
It looked with possible churn.
And yes,
that's
a deduction that you can make. And it leans over, and you hear it go. And when it does that, you hear little clops.
Little close.
From,
Should we roll perception
from
to
the
see
back,
where they came from?
From the back of the I'm gonna go ahead and take care of this. From the back of the ship. Brice, don't stop. What other word is there?
I don't know.
Besides,
They've polluted everything.
I'm not gonna let bronies take the word clop from me. It's a word that we normal people use. They can't have it.
Hoofing pattern.
I very rarely ever use that word. I don't think I've ever used that word. So.
Horses clop.
Okay.
They do.
They clop.
So do brownies.
What? Tell me another word for the sound that hooves make.
Hoof noise.
No.
Just say the action. Trot.
There you go.
But I want the
over.
sound. I want the sound in
Listen,
your brain.
you be
It
you.
coconuts over.
Yeah, no, you don't. You see a
I got my plastic dice. Do they do it?
yeah. You see slowly two curious-looking little baby gorgs come out of the cage that was in the back of the ship. As the mama gorgon goes.
Oh, that's sad.
Is this like a cinema scene, or are we gonna get to act?
That's the gorgon's turn.
Because
Grim,
I got
it's
some
your,
Gorgon babies to kill.
Grim, it's your turn.
Well, that happened.
Well, actually, the end of the gorgon's turn is it trying to it fell on the ground and it's trying to get up, and it's gonna. I'm gonna let it move about 15 feet away from you as it kind of drags itself back towards
Forward? Closer to us?
No, goes towards the babies.
Mm. Okay.
Trying to get back.
So that's towards me.
No.
Everyone is on the other side of the gorgon from the babies. So,
But it's not. It's facing us though.
Okay.
yes, it's facing you. It flopped down. It's turning around and going
Okay.
towards the beebs.
Okay. Arlo and I read. Well, you can't hear me. I'm gonna slap your bare shoulder, and I don't know. My mom's a druid. I guess I might know. I'm gonna slap you and just say just move my arms back and forth. Just.
What are you saying? You don't know?
That he's deaf.
Yeah. I can
within
hear
the area is
definitely,
deafened.
but, screaming. Well, I guess that makes sense. I'd hear.
Well, I should know if I didn't know if you were about to say I don't know if that's Arlo, or I don't know if Arlo is causing the wind, or what you didn't know.
I mean, I assume it's Arlo.
Yeah, well, that's fine. I just was saying I don't think there's any way you don't know that this bear's fighting the gorgon is Arlo.
But I'm just I slap at your arm a couple of times, and I do the signal like the cross chop, just no, and then I step out of the well, I guess I might have to dash. No, I don't have to dash. I'm gonna. How far away is the gorgon?
From you now, it's 15 feet from you.
Okay, yeah, I don't have to dash. I'm gonna walk over to the gorgon and I'm gonna use my action to.
There's 2 knives sticking out of it as well. If you want to use those.
No, I'm not.
If you grab those for me,
Got handles on it.
Not gonna do that. I'm gonna use my action to restore to it 6 hit points. Just as the Aasimar thing, it's called Healing Hands.
Okay.
You can heal a creature your level hit points with a touch as an action once per day. And then I'm also going to cast a something bad. I'm going to cast a 3rd level healing word.
I was gonna be I'm gonna heal it a little bit because I want this damage to be really awesome.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm going to heal a little bit so my attack is going to make more sense. I get more.
No, I'm gonna
have
gonna
this
heal
dynamite.
it
Just hold it.
I want to get to the front and I guess kind of stroke its jaws.
Okay.
And just kind of let it know that I'm the thing healing it. And I'm gonna.
Black cow eye looks up at you.
I'm gonna heal it for 3d4 hit points.
Okay. From down towards the back end of the boat where Misiko still is, or back farther away, the farthest away, which would be Misiko, you hear, "Grim, what you doing? Finish it! It's going to get up and kill us!"
Shut up, Misiko. It's a mother, frightened and protecting its babies. Its baby Gorgon cow monsters.
Protecting them from sleeping midgets.
Oh no.
Hey, we're dangerous.
All in all, it gets 18 hit points back.
Okay.
Yes, at this point you were a sleeping bear. Never poke a sleeping bear.
Ever poke a sleeping Arlo.
And that is both my action and my bonus action. And I also call out, Jack, don't kill it necessarily. Maybe. If it turns out to be a dick and starts attacking us again, go ahead and kill it. But I mean, other than that, I say just let it be with its babies.
Did the daggers like fall out as you healed that damage, or
They're still in there.
dang it?
Some of the scales began to grow back a little bit. Some of the bleeding stopped.
Then would you be willing to get me those back? And I point to the daggers.
I can try. Certainly. Yeah, the thing
building
going by
shaked.
shook
Yeah.
the building.
Shook, not shaked.
Shook. The building shaked.
Building clopped.
I don't know if I can. I don't think I can do that this turn. Are we gonna end combat now, or are we still?
Let's take a few more turns.
Okay.
So Grim is just healed. Misiko is going to run over to the area. Has the wind? Well, I guess you can't stop the wind yet.
I can, but not.
Misiko has run over to the scene. He is now standing with everybody else nearby. Or he's standing next to Arlo in bear form. Jack, your turn.
Alright, I'll go over and pull the daggers out.
Okay. I'm going to roll a something for this bear. Or this Gorgon.
I was wondering.
It hurts the Gorgon. And it's going to do like 3 damage to this Gorgon whenever you pull out these daggers. And it is not pleased. It goes and begins like, hoofing and kicking towards you. Roll a dexterity saving throw for me.
Oh yes. That's a 17.
Okay, so you're able to get out of the way. It begins to kick and stuff. It doesn't like stand up or try to like really attack you, but you're able to get out of the way of the kicks with your daggers intact. Are you finished with your turn?
Yep.
Arlo, it's your turn.
I think I just want to move up behind where Grim is at.
Okay.
Like the edge of the wind is like towards where Grim is at.
Okay.
Oh,
So
I do want to move away from the Gorgon, if I can do that.
you can.
Okay, I want to move back to where I was.
Okay. The wind is now covering who and what?
It's just at the back of where Grim is, because you're close to the Gorgon.
Yeah,
Use
I'm
that
up at
bonus
the
action
head.
hide.
At the head.
Sure.
Okay. So like, I don't want to deafen you, in other words, but I just want to be like close, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, could I ready an action instead of taking an action?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. If it tries to get all froggy, being a bull and whatnot, I'm just gonna make an attack.
Okay. Cool. Gotcha. Ready in a bite.
Yeah.
Cool.
Going
Okay.
in for the old lunge.
So the bite is readied. The Gorgon is now going to Grim. It will nuzzle against your healing hand. It will, as you're healing it and pressing on it, it kind of like
I'm gonna hit and continue rubbing.
it seems to be accepting of your healing. It seems to be calming down. Roll an animal handling for me and see what goes on there. See if we can lock in calming this bad boy down.
Good at that.
Crit fail. It consumes you.
16.
That will succeed on my check. And this animal the Gorgon is now fairly well handled after all the damage you all did to it. It's accepted that it wants to rest. It is hurt. It is injured, and it's going to, with the healing you gave it, it's able to stand back up, and it's going to walk back over to its babies in that cage. And the babies nuzzle onto it, and they press their heads against the bottom of this Gorgon into the injured pieces of it, and one of them actually kind of like a dog begins to lick the wounds of the mother.
No, baby, that's bad. Don't do that.
It's instantly paralyzed.
And so then they all walk back into that cage. The babies go towards back into the darkness where you couldn't see them before. Then the Gorgon, also with all the bones, the bodies that you fed it walks back into the cage and stumbles,
Crunch.
and then it plops down kind of long ways in the box, so where if you were to look in it, you couldn't see that there were anything behind it, and it just lays down there and flops over, and you're out of combat now.
I'm gonna. Arlo, what are you doing?
I'm still bare at the moment.
You're
So.
still bare at the moment.
Yeah.
I reach out.
I'm gonna head back to the room.
My good puck is like my I guess left side got gored, so my right side I do have a big paw. So
Yeah, you have a big wound on your left side. All right.
Do I want to do it? Do I want it? Yeah, I'll do it. I'm gonna cast a first level healing hands on cure wounds.
I don't need it.
I thought you said your shoulder was injured.
It is. Arlo himself is not taking any damage.
You take 6 points of healing, Arlo.
Fine. Yeah.
Yeah, Grim probably doesn't know that, like, or
well, because if you
exactly.
can't like lift your other shoulder, you're injured.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go to the Gorgon.
Okay.
One last time.
Or what do you do with it?
Get some steak. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna go in
You
there.
said steak.
Steak. Yeah.
That's not what I heard. Thought you said get some stink.
That's what I heard. I'm like,
I don't know what you mean.
I don't know what you want, and you may not roll for it.
No, I'm gonna
pulls out a couple of Walmart grocery bags. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna start a farm when I'm done with this adventure. Yeah. I'm gonna go heal it.
Okay.
One more good time. I'm third level cure wounds. Just to seal this bad baby up. That is a grand total of 12.
Okay, cool.
I gotta get in the cage and touch it.
What?
I have to it's a touch spell, so I have to get in there and touch it.
Climb over the bones.
It visibly it looks uncomfortable with you being in the cage, but it accepts your healing.
Okay, and then I give it some belly pats and rubs, and then I back out and I say, "Good Bessie, good Bessie," and then I shut the door. I'm gonna forget that you did that, Bessie, and I'm just gonna leave.
Okay, so you shut the door, but you notice on the door that the lock is still attached to the door. It's not together. So of course, the lock is not closed, but it is still attached.
It's unlocked, just hanging there.
It is. It looks broken. I don't think I might have to make you roll any sort of check. It's pretty easy to spy a broken lock when you put your hand on it. The lock looks broken. What is this? By some amount of force.
Side of the lock reads "Made in Taiwan."
What is this? Okay, I'll log that away.
Okay.
Stay in there.
Do you want to do anything to reattach it, or I mean?
Well, how is it broken? Like, if it's just broken, there are like thousands of different ways it can be broken. Like, if it's a magic item, broken can just mean that the magic no longer functions, or it could be like shattered into 20 different pieces.
Yeah, it's not shattered into 20 different pieces hanging on the door. It's like if you were to take like a weapon or something and knock the lock loose. Like, imagine a padlock or whatever, and if you hit,
so it's unlocked.
Let's say you hit it hard enough, but it looks like it took some damage to get it there. So yes, it is looks like it maybe could still function. It is open, but it doesn't look like anybody used a key to open it.
Forced entry.
It is definitely it's unlocked. Yes. Answer to my previous question. Yes.
Sure.
So yeah. If it's not like broken, I'm gonna try to close it again.
Okay. It locks down and it seems to be pretty tightly closed.
Okay. I give it a couple of test jiggles.
Okay. It doesn't come open. It looks like whatever it's not complete. Of course, not completely broken, but it looks like it was knocked open. I was just trying to explain that that this lock does not look like it was opened by someone who had a key to it.
Okay. That phrase would have worked.
Yeah.
No, I mean I get what you're saying. I have to do that all the time to storage units.
Sure. That aren't mine.
Well, they're not mine. My mom owns a storage unit business, and people don't pay. So when she does I forget what it's called. We go over there and we got to break them off.
Pop. Cool. All right, everybody. There's a Gorgon in a cage.
Hey.
I'm gonna start heading back up as well.
You guys are heading to the stairwell, I assume. Okay, so at the coming down the stairwell, you hear footsteps. Is there any preparation you want to make?
I would like to hide.
Okay. I think you already were. You still hidden? No, you came out for the. Yeah, you can hide. Go ahead and hide.
I came out because I was going to go up to the room, but we didn't get around to that.
The barricade cannot hide.
I guess I'm still down there.
Yeah, that's true.
That's 23.
Yep, you're hidden. You get behind some boxes.
I act like I'm going to, like I'm like staring at the barricade because I forgot that that's still going on. Like I'm just kind of like staring at it intently as if I'm judging the situation.
Okay, so coming down the stairs, you would probably be visible to whoever's coming down the stairs.
Definitely.
I want to walk towards the stairs. Like, whoa, we don't need any more of this. Like, I'm just walking towards the stairs.
Two-legged walk.
I figure if the little attendant guy, whatever, that's like coming downstairs, he's like, hey, what's going on in here? I want to be like intimidating and like, hey, you don't want to come.
You want to eat him like you ate that poor stable boy all those months
Maybe
ago?
later. I got a half a roll.
So as you walk and you hear the wind is approaching the stairs, you hear you see Grim, you see Slivius Bile, the quartermaster, coming down the stairs, and you hear him saying, "What is going on down here?" The wind begins to blow,
Has taken him.
and that is where
Claimed another victim.
that is where we're going to end today's episode of Dungeon Boys. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, if you really did enjoy it,
Wait, where's Misko?
Huh? He's behind the barricade.
Okay.
He's still pulling on the trident.
Yeah.
All are behind the barricade.
But thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed it. Follow me on Twitter at TakeMediaGames. Subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/TakeMediaGames. If you want to help us make this podcast better or make more of it, or if you want to just pay our bills indefinitely, go to patreon.com/TakeMediaNetwork. We really appreciate it. Thank you again, and we'll be back next week with more Dungeons & Dragons action. Remember, we love you very much.
Toodles. Later.